Good morning, guys. How are we doing today? Welcome to our Monday Micro Moment session. I'm Susie Redding. We are coming together to build the self-care habit, but not only to take care of our own health and well-being, but so we can be a calm, safe place for those we love. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Amazing. So many familiar faces and some new ones too. Welcome to this coming together, where we take care of each other and we share our own insights and thoughts and wisdom, and maybe we plant some seeds together. So today our theme, Hazel, thank you very much for this suggestion. Okay, this is why trying to get rid of big or tricky emotions just doesn't work. But importantly, what does work? Okay, so that's what we're going to take a look at, because do you know what? As a psychologist and as a coach, I've lost count of the number of times people have said to me, I want to get rid of this feeling. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I can't feel like this. I shouldn't feel like this. I mustn't feel like this. And all of that amplifies our struggle. Okay? So what we're going to take a look at is why trying to eradicate certain feelings doesn't actually serve us. And then we're going to take a look at what we can do instead, okay? A healthier approach. All right, so there are three main reasons why we cannot just rid ourselves of particular feelings, okay? And the reason is every single emotion has a protective function. They all have their place. They all have their purpose. So it doesn't actually serve us to get rid of it. I know there are some emotions that feel pretty hard to bear. Grief, anxiety, anger, frustration. Yeah, you're thinking, I'd rather not. But let's just take a very quick whistle-stop tour of the evolutionary purpose of these emotions. They're here for collective well-being. For our own health and well-being, but so that we can be safe in relationships with other people and boost collective harmony, right? And we are a social animal. We need to get along. We need to cooperate. So let's take a look at grief and sadness. These are a prompt to us, reminding us that we might need to take a little time out, that we might need some time to heal, that we may need to conserve our energy, that we may need a little time and space to contemplate, to make sense of things, all right? Anger arises when our values or when our safety is compromised. It galvanizes us to protect ourselves or to stand up for our beliefs or to take care of those who we are responsible for. We do not want to eradicate anger. It's there to fire us up so that we can take action when we need to. Okay, that's not to say that we get to express our anger in any way that does harm, but we need anger, okay, to galvanize us to step up in those moments. Anxiety is a signal that there may be some potential threat, okay? Anxiety is trying to keep us safe. That's not to say that the presence of anxiety means that there is danger, okay? But we don't want to get rid of anxiety because it cues us to take a look and say, okay, what's happening here? Am I safe? Do I need to remove myself from potential threats? Okay. Embarrassment suggests that maybe we've made some kind of error and that there might be some kind of correction required. Guilt is a signal that we need to check in and make sure that we've not transgressed our moral code. Maybe some kind of adjustment in behavior is required. But again, the presence of guilt does not mean that we've done something wrong, okay? Emotions are just a messenger, but we don't want to get rid of these messengers. Doubt calls us to check in with our skills. Loneliness is a signal that we need to reach out and reconnect, okay? They all have a survival function. So please don't try and get rid of any of them, yeah? I'm hoping this is striking a chord, guys. Does this make sense? Can you see them as this gentle friend trying to keep you safe? Yeah, trying to take care of your health and well-being. And I think if we can see them in that way, it changes how we feel about them. Yeah. We need them for our health and safety, and we need them to promote the health of our relationships. So we don't want to eradicate any. Okay, the second reason why we cannot just get rid of these feelings is that you cannot selectively numb yourself to difficult emotions. If you numb yourself to grief, if you numb yourself to anxiety, you wind up numbing yourself to all of your emotions, even the ones that we really treasure, the light and bright, juicy and delicious ones. So it just doesn't work. It doesn't serve us. Okay? The third reason why we can't just get rid of a feeling is that, okay, I'm sure we've all had this experience. Something funny happens, but it's not an appropriate time to laugh. So you stifle the laughter. Or you feel a tear coming, but you think to yourself, I don't want to shed a tear. This is not the time and the place. I don't want to do it. So we suppress it. We push it down. We say, not now. That emotion has an energetic charge. Now, just because you've said to yourself, not now, doesn't mean that that energy just dissipates. It actually stays within us until it is expressed, until it is dissipated. Now, that's when you might find that it leaks out at inopportune moments, or it manifests in a stomach ache or a headache or physical pain, physical tension, stress. Yes? We cannot just get rid of an emotion. It needs to be discharged, or it's going to bubble up, or it's going to get stuck somewhere, whether it's in our digestive tract or in our muscles. Okay, so does that make sense, guys? Have you all had that experience where you think, oh, I don't want to express this emotion? You can feel that energetic charge. It needs to go somewhere. Yeah? So what can we do? If we know that just trying to get rid of an emotion doesn't work, what does work? Well, here's the important stuff. It's twofold. We need to witness our emotions. We need to validate them. We need to express them. So in that sense, the feeling is the healing. The work of grief is to experience the grief, is to feel it, is to give voice to it. Yeah, and clearly this is challenging. This is painful, but that is how we move through the emotion. All right. So our emotions need to be acknowledged, accepted, allowed, expressed, validated. Sometimes that needs to be with a calm, safe place, someone holding us, someone doing that in partnership with us. Sometimes we can cultivate a release on our own. If this is something new to you, so many of us didn't have this model for us growing up. We may need to do it in partnership with a professional. We can all benefit from that. It doesn't matter how experienced you are. We can all benefit from that. Now that's one part. The second part is also giving ourselves breaks. Yeah, it's okay to take a break from your emotions. We don't want to be at our emotions ransom all day, every day. It's okay to say, do you know what? I'm going to give myself 20 minutes at the end of the day to really sit with my worries, to really go through them, give voice to them, maybe write them down, maybe talk about them with a trusted friend, and actually take a look at, okay, like I said earlier, emotions are a messenger, but they're not the gospel truth. We can take a look and say, hang on, is that a real concern? Is that a real threat? Is that real danger? Or actually, can I dial that down? Yeah? We can give ourselves time to do that. But outside of that time, we can say, okay, I'm acknowledging the presence of this feeling, but I'm not going to go there right now because there is this thing required of me and I've got to step up and be here in this function. But I'm not saying I can't feel it. I shouldn't feel that. I'm saying it's just not time for it right now and I will do it later. Once you have had a chance to express yourself, to sit with it, well, sometimes we need a healthy distraction. Sometimes, we need a little bit of laughter. We need a little bit of light relief, and that's fine too. Okay? We know that the feeling is the healing, but it's also okay to say, do you know what? I'm just going to enjoy sitting down and watching a good old episode of Ted Lasso and just the world can wait. I need a break, and that's fine too. Okay, it's not saying I can't feel, I mustn't feel this thing. I'm just saying I'm going to give myself a break from it right now. Okay, so that is what works better than trying to get rid or eradicate feelings. Yes, now there's a question here. Is this how I unnumb too? Beautiful question. Sometimes this is something that we need to do in partnership. Please know that I'm here. We could do that one-to-one. Unnumbing needs to be done very gently and with deep, deep compassion. And sometimes we need to reconnect with our physical body, because sometimes we get so kind of caught up in here that we don't even know what's going on elsewhere. So there are lots of different ways of unnumbing. It can be spending time in nature. It can be in loving connection with another human being. It can be gentle movement. It can be breath work. So much of it is in how we talk to ourselves. Is whether we give ourselves permission to feel and think as we do. Okay, so lots of different techniques and strategies there. But this is, we're planting seeds. Yeah, that's what we can do together here. We can plant some seeds. But if you want to take a look at these things in greater detail, we need to do that one-to-one. Okay, now I just want to flag, if you want to learn a little bit more about what is emotional health, you will find that in Self-Care for Tough Times. This will also give you more strategies to work with to reconnect with your body, reconnect with your emotions, and to strategies for moving through those feelings. For parents, stand tall like a mountain. This is the little Bible that will guide you in supporting your children through big emotions. There are practices that you can engage in together, but there are also tools that you can empower your children with so that they can do that. They feel that they've got a tool. I call it an emotional first aid toolkit. For kids who would rather just read it themselves, this book will help make you happy. Again, this is all about emotional health. It's not about being happy all the time. It's about the ability to recognize our feelings, to name them, and to move through them. Okay, so this is for your kids to read, aimed at 9 to 12-year-olds, but broadly relevant. And then my latest little baby, And Breathe. This one comes out in December. There's a little section on feeling your feelings with a space to reflect. We've got labels so that you can help it. Having a rich vocabulary to be able to describe your feelings is very healing. And then some physical practices to help you move through your emotions. Okay, so that is And Breathe. That's available for pre-order. Now, as I said, if you'd like to work together, you know that I'm here. Big and juicy session today, guys. Does that give you something to work with? I just want to go just a very, very quick recap. The 3 reasons why we can't just eradicate unpleasant feelings, because all feelings have a survival function, because we cannot selectively numb ourselves to feelings. If you numb yourself to the unpleasant ones, you also numb yourself to the joyful ones. And the third one is that they have an energetic charge. We can't just say, I don't want to feel this. We need to expunge that emotion, that catharsis. And what does work? Witnessing, validating, compassionate, allowing, moving through it, but also giving ourselves a break. It's okay. I'm wishing you peace and ease, guys. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I will save this video as an IGTV to my feed, so if there's someone that you think might benefit from it, you can tag them in the post later, or please share it on your stories. I am so grateful for your support, and I'm wishing you peace and ease, guys. Take good care of you. Bye.